Hello, it is Throwback Thursday, February 16th, 2023. Steve Sipress here, and spring training has begun. Spring is not exactly in the air, still in the 50s, chilly, a little bit rainy, completely un-Phoenix, Scottsdale, Arizona-like conditions. I predict they break soon, not because I know anything about meteorology or weather, but come on now, it's enough already. We've had years in the past. I see in my Facebook memories popped up a few days ago that it was 88 degrees on this date in early February a few years ago. So what the heck is going on? We had a frost warning this morning, and baseball players, the pitchers and catchers have reported for almost every major league team in Florida and here in Arizona, which brings back the memories of how did spring training start in Arizona. And as the story goes, the all-time greatest baseball innovator, Bill Veck, of the Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox, St. Louis Browns, and at the time, he owned a minor league franchise, the Milwaukee Brewers of AAA baseball, back in the 1930s, and they held their spring training in Ocala, Florida, where pretty much all of spring training was back then. And as the story goes, one day he went up in the stands and was talking to some of the fans who happened to be black, and Jim Crow laws segregated the stands and did not allow that kind of stuff. So apparently, as he tells it in his autobiography, veck as in wreck, a cop came running over and threatened to arrest him and said, "You can't sit here in this part of the stands." And he was like, "What are you talking about?" Anyway, he vowed right then to, when he bought a major league franchise, to not play spring training in Florida. And it was a few years later, 1946, he bought the Cleveland Indians. And in 1947, sure enough, he convinced the San Francisco Giants owner to bring that team here. And he came to Arizona for spring training, launching what is now known as the Cactus League, and has the predominance, the majority of baseball teams now play their spring training practice and games here in Arizona, all thanks to Bill Veck and that encounter with racism. He also, in 1947, signed Larry Doby, the first black baseball player in the American League, just after Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier in the National League with the Brooklyn Dodgers. So Bill Veck, innovator of all kinds of things, brought in Eddie Goodell, a midget like less than 4 feet tall, to lead off a game. He wore the uniform number 1/8, I believe, and of course the strike zone was tiny and the pitcher walked him on 4 pitches and they took him out for a pinch runner, and then of course the league passed the rule and said, well, you can't do that. And that happened a lot to Bill Veck. He would innovate and get around the rules and put something into place, then the league would pass a rule and say you can't do that. He still invented the exploding scoreboard still used in Chicago by the White Sox, even in their new stadium. He was the one who came up with the idea to plant ivy on the walls of Wrigley Field for the Cub games, and on and on and on and on. So what's the moral of the story? Well, number one, racism sucks, as if you didn't know. But the real moral of the story here for business owners is to pay attention to what the great business consultant Peter Drucker said. Business is innovation and marketing. All else is cost. It's all about marketing and innovation. So study Bill Veck and other innovators, and always be improving, always be looking for new ideas, new streams of income. Your competitors are always looking to come up and copy you. So as Ray Kroc said, he wasn't worried about all the other fast food chains copying everything they did. He said, we'll invent faster than they can copy. That's all. So innovation is one of the keys to business success, and marketing, of course, is the other real key to business success. That's what brings in the money. So that's it for Throwback Thursday, throwing it all the way back to 1947, the debut of spring training baseball here in the Phoenix, Scottsdale, Arizona area. And it'll be in full swing soon with games starting, I think, towards the end of this month. So That'll do it for today. By the way, if you want help with innovation, with marketing, any of those money-getting ideas and business-building ideas for your business, I've been helping thousands of business owners do just that over the decades. And you can go to helpfromsteve.com. You can go to callwithsteve.com. You can send me a message wherever you're watching or reading or listening to this, and get in touch with me, and I'll help you out. That'll do it for Throwback Thursday, February 16th, 2023. Thanks, everyone, being here today live and watching on the replay, and I will be back with you again tomorrow on Foundation Friday. Until then, over and out. Bye-bye.